Imagine a fortress. Not an ordinary safe, but a vault made of impenetrable science. This place, nicknamed the Citadel, guaranteed the safety of the world's most valuable diamond. It was a promise. Absolute security. Yet, in the early hours of a silent morning, the security logs recorded a massive, inexplicable void. An 8-minute gap. 8 minutes of nothing. No alarms, no motion. Just pure, terrifying silence. When the logs resumed, the vault was locked, the glass unbroken. But the diamond was gone. How do you steal from a room that shows no sign of entry? What happened in those 8 blank minutes? The target was the Star of Lyra, a diamond famed for its unusual luminescence and its 3,000 carat weight. The vault housing, it was designed to be a nightmare for any thief. The floor was covered in seismic sensors, capable of detecting the weight of a mouse. The air was monitored by chemicals. The diamond itself was protected by a lattice of laser beams so fine they were almost invisible. Access required not just a key, but a triple-layered biometric scan iris, voice print, and heartbeat rhythm. The chief of security, Mr. Elias Vance, often boasted that breaching the vault required bypassing the known laws of physics. The security cameras were ultra-high definition, recording every dust mote that dared to float by. On the night of the heist, the system reported, status, green. All clear. The silence was absolute. Then, at 2:14 a.m., the seamless stream of data became a ragged tear. The cameras went static. The sensors flatlined. The silence of the vault changed from peaceful to unnerving. The invisible defenses had simply vanished. When the emergency response team arrived, they found nothing. No footprints, no pry marks, no broken wires. The confusion turned quickly to disbelief. The security analysts zeroed in on the log gap, 8 minutes and 4 seconds. That was the entire timeline of the crime. Initial thinking focused on a massive power surge, but the external systems were fine. The theory shifted. The gap wasn't a loss of power. It was a loss of signal. Something had perfectly encased the vault in a protective, undetectable shield, blocking all outgoing data. A localized blackout that left no trace. This was the curiosity reset. The thief hadn't just defeated the system. They had exploited its fundamental reliance on radio frequency and data transmission. The thief wasn't fighting the locks. They were fighting information flow. Mr. Vance reviewed the digital chronometer, 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds to 0:08:04. It felt less like a crime timeline and more like a countdown to the impossible. The emotional focus shifted from initial panic to the intense intellectual pursuit of the method. The key to the heist was hidden in the science of silence. Forensic analysis confirmed the chilling reality. Nothing entered the vault. The security log showed the air pressure inside the glass cage never wavered. To open the cage without the specific coded frequency would have triggered a sonic explosion. To avoid the laser lattice, the thief would have needed either perfect knowledge of quantum tunneling or a highly advanced form of light manipulation. The most baffling discovery was the absence of a thermal signature. Infrared cameras record heat. A moving human body is a blast of heat. Yet, the thermal logs showed a stable, ambient temperature throughout the 8-minute gap. The thief must have been cloaked not just visually, but thermally, perhaps using a system cooled by liquid nitrogen or an exotic metamaterial that perfectly absorbs radiated heat. Visual rhythm cue, infrared footage playing, showing a room full of furniture, but the spot where a person should be is a smooth, undisturbed block of color. This meant the required technology was astronomically expensive, suggesting the crime was backed by immense resources, a rogue government agency, or a private scientific collective. The tension escalated. This wasn't about a single diamond. It was about proving a scientific capability that shattered the notion of defense. The focus shifted again away from the science of the breach to the prize itself. The Star of Lyra. The diamond was geologically unique. It was known to exhibit highly unusual magnetic susceptibility. Under certain low-frequency fields, its crystal structure would slightly distort, causing minor electromagnetic ripples. This was the curiosity reset. The analysts theorized the thief hadn't brought the tools to disable the alarm. They brought the trigger. The thief may have used a calibrated, low-frequency pulse to intentionally exploit the diamond's properties, turning the Star of Lyra itself into a localized frequency disruptor. The diamond's ripples would have overloaded the security mesh's data stream, creating the 8 minutes of electronic silence. If true, the thief's plan was elegant, scientific, and deeply personal. They didn't break the rules. They made the rules work for them. They had a profound, intimate knowledge of the artifact. This realization brought an unsettling sense of wonder. The diamond wasn't stolen. It was effectively coerced into facilitating its own disappearance. Perfection is the enemy of security. This event shows us that true genius can break the laws of the known world, using knowledge as the ultimate tool to achieve the scientifically impossible. The lack of forensic evidence forced analysts to profile the thief purely on their actions during the 484 seconds of the blackout. The precision was frightening. No wasted movement, no time spent checking alarms. The thief operated with the cold efficiency of a machine. Every action was optimized. The entry, the manipulation of the cage, the retrieval of the diamond doll, executed with zero emotional noise. This wasn't a person driven by greed. It was a person driven by the equation. It suggested an operator who was highly trained, perhaps a former military intelligence officer who treated the heist not as a risk, but as a meticulously planned field exercise. The tension grew from fear of the technology to fear of the intellect. This mind was operating on a different plane. We are left watching blurred, distorted footage outside the 8-minute gap, searching for a face, finding only the subtle trace of a perfectly executed plan. The ghost was real, and the ghost was brilliant. The theft was simply a demonstration of power. The trail remains cold. The escape was clean. The investigation has stalled, leaving behind only the profound, unsolved, scientific question of the breach. The museum is left with an empty pedestal and a broken promise. The final piece of evidence recovered was not from the scene, but from the data logs themselves. A single, faint, high-frequency sonic signature buried deep within the restored audio files. It was a precise, coded tone, lasting less than half a second. Analysts believe it was the final, coded frequency used to disarm the diamond cage, a unique, unrepeatable audio fingerprint. The thief is gone. The Star of Lyra is gone. But the knowledge remains that science can create a perfect, untraceable crime. The Citadel, once a symbol of security, is now a monument to the power of the unknown. The world is forced to confront the reality that defense is always one step behind the genius that seeks to exploit the cracks in the universe. 8 minutes changed the definition of impossible. This silent theft was a declaration that our greatest defenses are fragile. We are left asking, what kind of undiscovered knowledge makes you invisible? If security is now meaningless, what does the perfect crime mean for the future of global safety? Take a moment. Reflect on the power of scientific knowledge without ethical restraint. What do you think the purpose of this perfect demonstration truly was? Let us know your theories in the comments below. Subscribe to Untold Mystery as we next delve into the secrets of the most remote, highly encrypted deep-sea data vault in the world.